I'm Ruthie Dahle and welcome to my channel. This week I wanted to cover how to improve your fashion style part 2. So if you want to know more tips, then keep on watching. So here are another 10 tips. So I'm just gonna go in no particular order whatsoever. So let's go. Tip number 1. When buying heels, the slope of the heel matters and not so necessarily the height of the heel or the thickness of the heel. Because the more steep the slope is, the harder the shoes are going to be to walk in and the more painful they're going to be. Hence, the Louboutin shoes are more painful than other shoes. Tip number 2, fashion tape. Now, fashion tape is going to save any outfit out there, and I know if you don't have fashion tape, double-sided tape should work as well. But one thing you should know about fashion tape is that sure, you can stick it to your skin, but it works the best when you stick it fabric to fabric. So let's say I have a top that has a little low V, and so much so that my bra is showing and I don't want that to show. If I can take one side of the V and kind of cover over the other part of the V, if that makes sense, cover it over a little bit like this, and having the fabric sit on the fabric, that is what is going to be best. But I mean, some tops don't allow that, so just fastening the top to your skin is going to make sure maybe it doesn't fall down any further, or maybe you have it around by the shoulder so the top doesn't fall off. There are many uses for fashion tape, and I think everybody should have fashion tape in their closet, just because for those moments, for those tops, for those pieces of clothing where you need it, it's just so nice to have on hand. Tip number 3, skirt length. So whenever it comes to picking skirts or dresses or anything like that, you should never have anything that is shorter than your fingertips, basically keeping your hands or arms straight down by your side of your body, and where your fingertips meets your legs, that's where you want the skirt to go, or longer than that, just because if you sit down or you bend over or you squat down or do anything really, anything shorter than your own fingertips is gonna make sure that you have an accident you don't want to. Now you can obviously go shorter than that, but then be super mindful when you're sitting down, when you're bending over, when you're doing whatever there is. Now I'm not saying that when you have your skirt or your dress at fingertip length, bending over like completely like this, like it's not gonna show your butt, because that is gonna show your butt. Like, let's be real, you're not just gonna. So just, if you're going to be bending down, learn from the old feminine trick where you kind of guide your hand by the skirt as you're bending, so that you know exactly what your skirt is showing or not showing. Just keeping a hand on the skirt, knowing that you're not showing or showing. But usually the fingertip rule is a great rule to follow when it comes to skirt and dress length. Number 4. Whenever you have a deep cleavage on a dress or a top or whatever, and you have the need to bend over even a little bit, cover the area with your hand or your clutch or whatever you're holding at the moment. Normally not a drink, because you're gonna spill that drink, but usually your hand or your clutch should be fine covering the area and protecting the area so that you don't accidentally spill your breasts out to people and you don't accidentally show too much. Yes, so it's more of a being a lady when wearing revealing clothing. Number 5, posture. Posture changes the way clothes look on you, so that bad posture will make good clothes look bad. And even if you have something that is like a looser top or something like that, if you have bad posture and bending over, it doesn't matter if you have a small chest or big or whatever, it's gonna show more than you want to, especially if it's something that is baggy and loose fitting. But if you have that good posture while bending, your clothes are gonna hug to your chest more than it would if you had bad posture. Because imagine that I'm creating more space here versus here I'm not creating that much space in the fabric, if that makes sense. But also the way the clothes hang on you, and I know even if you have something that is tight fitting, it still hangs on you and it just hugs your body when it does. Having bad posture when wearing clothes is just gonna make them look a little more off, a little less pretty. And I know even I should work on posture. I know I should. I know I should work on this as well, so you're not alone. Number 6, never wear new shoes to an event. I'm the kind of person that will actually wear new shoes to an event because that's just who I am. But ideally what you want to do is wear your shoes for a whole day or multiple days. Ideally, I want to say 3 to 4 days, a whole day of wearing them inside the house. And so you don't accidentally ruin them by some rain or mud or anything like that. Just keep them nice and clean, wear them around the house, and that way you can test them around on different surfaces like carpets. And if you have tiles or if you have wooden floor, you can test it out on everything. But ideally you want to walk in your shoes and kind of get it to shape around your foot, because the heat of your feet is going to shape the shoe around you according to your foot and what it prefers to have with the shoe. So that's why when we have had shoes for a longer time, they feel more comfortable because they're shaped to our feet. So to avoid being in pain and having blisters and all of that, just walk in your shoes for a day or 3 before an event. Number 7, practice the perfect bow or a fake perfect bow. Now, a perfect bow or even a fake one where it's not made how bows are made, but it looks like a bow, it's just made in an easier way. Now, practice doing this so that whenever you have a bow that you have to a bow that you have to tie on a piece of clothing, whether it's a top or it's on your belt or it's on your shoelaces, because a crooked bow never looks good even on shoelaces. And I know that most people don't notice this, especially with the shoelaces, but if you want to look good from top to toe, these tiny details are what's going to take you there. And being mindful of these tiny details, because these are things that most people don't think about. But if you are one of those that do think about it and actually do it, you're going to stand out more as somebody who's actually putting in effort into your look. And people and yourself are gonna appreciate it. Number 8, don't follow trends. You see, trends, they come and go, and I know we have 2 for sure seasons in fashion every year, and even from the spring summer to the autumn winter, the style has changed completely. So don't follow trends, but follow what you like personally. And if what you like personally is in trend for the season, then great, that means you can buy more clothes that are for you. Make sure that you buy clothes that you find comfortable, because you're more likely to wear those clothes, and comfort with style is what's important. Number 9, synthetic fabrics. Unless you are a person that freezes a lot, avoid synthetic fabrics in the summertime, because synthetic fabrics don't breathe. And when I talk about synthetic fabrics, those are the ones that are made by humans and not by nature. What I mean by that is things that are made from nature, it's silk, it's linen, it's cotton, all of those natural things, versus synthetics that are man-made, and it usually contains a lot of plastic. It's usually things like viscose, polyester, and all of those kind of things. And I know that the cheapest clothes you can find out there to buy, they do contain these, and usually are made majorly they're made up of these materials just because they're cheaper to make than the natural ones. The thing is, synthetic fabrics, they don't breathe at all, so that if you get hot in the summer, they're not going to help you. They're going to look good on you, but you're going to be hot and your skin is not going to be able to breathe. So avoid synthetic fabrics when it's hot outside. Number 10, pants length. Now, if you are a person that don't know exactly how long the pants should be, now there are different trends out there, and you can follow the different trends if you want to, according to the style that you have. But ideally, let's say this is your foot, this is your ankle, the pants should be right where your leg meets your foot. Right there, that's where your sleeve should be, that's where your pants should be. That is the perfect length for you, where it looks like you're wearing the perfect size for you. Anything longer than that is going to look sloppy. Anything shorter than that is gonna look like it's too small for you. And it's better to buy something that is longer, because it's really easy to hem your own clothes. If you have a sewing machine, or you can even do it by hand if you don't have a sewing machine. Buying something longer to get it altered is always better than buying something that is too short, even though you may love the project. But usually that is the length you want to go for, where it hits you right here. And that is all I have for you today. And if you liked the video, please leave a like down below. And if you have any questions, then leave a comment down below. And if you want more content like this, then hit the subscribe button and the notification bell, and you will be notified when I upload a new video. Now, I usually post these Friday how-to videos every Friday at 7 o'clock Norwegian time, which is about 1 o'clock New York time. I think they're 6 hours behind. And I want to thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!